Angel Blue, and you're watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Big Mike.
What's up? 2024. Let's go.
And we hope everybody's recovered from that time change. Is it time to set our clocks back an hour? Because I'm already sick of it, to be honest with you guys.
It's no fun.
A packed show today. We're going to talk about TNA Sacrifice a bit, the results from there, share some thoughts on BOW Shenanigans. Tommy and Mike will give us the insight on that. And, of course, we're talking about the events happening in San Antonio this weekend, including United210, Hybrid Experience, and RCW. But first, special guest returning to the WrestleCast. Fresh off her TNA debut, actually, one half of Tommy's favorite tag team. We got the megastar Angel Blue. Welcome back, Angel Blue.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome back. Most of us are excited to see you.
Yes.
He's screaming
I already
inside.
Yeah, but not the screaming you think it is. I already have to deal with her Saturday.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
You were so excited. I saw your face just light up in shock when you saw me come in.
I think that was your best introduction of the
like,
night, Tommy.
Yes.
First of all, it was not. Secondly,
well, let's start with that. Of course, you guys were at BOW together. Angel Blue, of course, usually you're on that. There's the last couple of shows that you've been there where Tommy's at. You didn't really get to yell at him a whole lot. The first time, of course, the last NPW show, he was doing commentary during your match. And then this time, yeah, he was your ring announcer. Does that really throw you off your game when you don't get to yell at Tommy? So
I actually looked for him at Mission Pro, and I saw he was that commentator, and I was like, come on, guys, why would y'all do that to me? It's my favorite person to doing that, and like, what? Now I gotta go.
Mission Pro was much quieter.
Yeah.
you say Mission Pro was much quieter.
It was a little strange.
For that first half of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could hear him from commentary, but I mean.
Yeah. Was it a little different having him? Go ahead.
I didn't want to hear Tommy's voice that long.
Oh, okay.
Why did I do the show? Why did I win this? I didn't know tonight.
Well, how was your BOW experience? Was that your first time there? I can't recall if you had been there or been in a while. I'm trying to remember if you.
No, I've been there before. I think it's my first one since I come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. I know I did. I'm trying to think if it was a tag match or a 4-way or a singles match or a triple threat. It could have been any kind of match whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's been a while though. What was it at? Hooligans? Where was it at?
Hooligans, and that was it. Might
Gym?
No,
the one this past weekend or the last one you did? The one before?
The last one I did.
Was that Woodlawn Gym? So, I mean, BOW's always run at Woodlawn, right? I can't recall them being.
Well, ever since we left Hooligans, because we were at Hooligans for years, but whatever reason that deal fell through, that's when we started going to Woodlawn. Yeah, we were at Hooligans for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
back to Woodlawn. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, is it a different experience? Yeah. Is it a different experience having Tommy, I guess, backstage, kind of with the ring announcing and everything, versus being able to yell at him out in the crowd?
She yelled at me backstage.
Yeah, I had to see his face a lot more, so that sucks. Because usually I only had to see his stupid face during my matches, but now, like, he's everywhere. And now when I want to watch back on my matches, I have to hear his voice. And sometimes they even pan the camera to him. Who does that? Nobody wants to see Tommy. Do you know who's in the ring? freaking megastar.
Yeah.
And my voice is great.
I could be doing anything else right now, and yet I'm sitting here having to deal with this. I could literally.
There is nothing else you want to be doing more.
There's nowhere else you'd rather be on.
Laundry I could be doing. I'd rather do that.
I can wait. It's.
But also, when Tommy went to get your information, did you have to speak slowly or repeat yourself when you were giving him what,
I just
what to
took
say
the
for
cards from him and started writing it myself. I wrote
okay.
That makes more sense.
And I was like, you need to say this verbatim. Do you need me to get Google Translate to read it for you? Do you understand? And he didn't. So we sat there and rehearsed. It took like 6 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got there early. So.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Well,
I actually
good to see you
because apparently there was a bunch of festivals going on or something in Austin.
Oh yeah, the whole South by Southwest. Yeah. So much going on there. Well, back at BOW, and of course, last time we spoke, you were on the show. You had just debuted in Mission Pro Wrestling, and so obviously you've been there. Just my volume here. A couple more times since then. And when we had Thunder Rosa on a couple weeks ago, she says she really enjoys you being there, especially because you have that such veteran presence. Does it still throw you off to hear that you got the veteran presence in a locker room now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think part of me feels like, I mean, I know I've been around for a very long time, but it also feels like I'm starting over again at the same time, just like from the beginning. So I almost feel like I lost that veteran status, but at the same time, like I have it. It's mixed feelings. I don't understand it. I don't understand feelings and things. I'm just confused as to what to say.
Okay. Well, what is more strenuous, training for wrestling or running a marathon? Because we got to congratulate you.
Yeah,
you ran your first marathon this past December. Congratulations on that. So
I ran 2 marathons. I ran one in December and then January 1st. It's so terrible. It's the worst thing ever.
So why'd you do it twice?
I will probably do more. I probably will.
Hey, Brian.
That's nice, Brian.
Aw, thank you, Brian. Mm-hmm. And it's all about the music selection.
Okay.
Now, if I want to get like a podcast that only has Tommy speaking on it, and then I'll run so fast to get it over with so I can stop.
I
mean, now we're setting Guinness Book of World Records with that.
Yeah, just load YouTube, put the Kansas City WrestleCast playlist on, and yeah, there you go. Start from episode 1 because he's pretty much on every episode.
I could literally be doing anything else right now.
I think our next project is to make the best of Tommy, just like a full audio, like 10 hours of just Tommy talking. That'll get you out there.
Yeah.
Right, that'll get you running. But training wise, it goes back and forth. I guess 33-year-old Blue doesn't recover as quick as 16-year-old Blue. I learned that coming back. So it's been interesting. Yeah. They each have their own like kicks in the butt. I mean, obviously for running that long, you had to take days off afterwards, which I almost never do because I'm a crazy person. And so, yeah, it's just, they both kick your butt in different ways.
All right. Well, coming up with Mission Pro MPW Mania is the next Mission Pro event. You're there April 20th. And you've got a big match that was just announced against Queen Uju. I'm trying to get the graphic up here. There it goes. I don't know if you're familiar with her work. Have you guys wrestled before? I can't recall. I know she's in the area where you live, kind of. Mm-hmm. How familiar are you with her?
Not super familiar. I will do my research. I can tell she has a little overconfidence thing going there. So that'll make my job easier. Kind of like it when they're overconfident. that's when they stubbed their toe getting into the ring, and I worked the toe the whole match. And then their toes hurting so bad that they can't kick out. Bam.
Yeah.
Right
Why
there.
their toe specifically? Okay, you know what? I'm asking too many questions now.
Hey, look, she's
The
the veteran.
left-
Tommy, okay?
Yeah, she knows.
Ring
Yeah.
to toe. The left ring to toe.
Well,
It pokes out a little more than
I'm
the other one.
not gonna ask any further questions about this because I don't want you to explain it further. I really don't.
Hey, Tommy, what's one of the oldest wrestling moves you've ever heard of? The spinning toe hold. All right?
That's true.
It goes back in time. Like,
Drop, toe, hold.
right?
Yeah.
Plus, if her toe's hurting so bad by the end of it, how's she going to kick me in the head? She won't, because it'll hurt her toe. Bam. And if she kicks with the other leg, her toe will hurt too bad to hold herself up when she tries to kick me with the other one. And then she'll fall, and then the ring will explode, and then I'll be the champion of the entire world. And bam. Tommy will have to get on the top of the turnbuckle and hold a flashlight down on me that shines a light as a star every time I come in the ring. He's going to have to throw glitter sparkles at me.
Blue ones, by the way. Blue ones. Yeah. So.
Yeah, BOW, all
Glitter.
of us.
So much glitter. You're going to go
First of
home
all,
glittery forever.
Putting that much good. Okay, I know who's running the Brennan Outlaw Wrestling account, but still, shut up. Secondly, we missed several steps into how we got to ring exploding, champion of the world, and me holding a flat. Like, why would I do that for you? What possible? What
You
about our
wouldn't have a
relationship?
choice. I'm the champion of the entire universe.
I would want to live in that universe.
And I'm
Simply
also
alive.
the only person left in the building.
I don't care.
Everybody else ran because of the fire. But you had to stay.
I'd rather burn up. I'd rather burn up in the fire. I'd personally rather burn up in the fire. That's just me. But
Wow.
Oh, you can
I don't know,
use the
Tom.
flames to make a star around my body.
I hate this damn show. I hate this show so much.
Somebody
Tommy-
can
do
make
this.
this happen.
I really feel like all the work you've done for wrestling, being the fan, ring announcing, doing the camera, commentating, it's led to this moment.
Yes.
To you being
Yes, you worked so
The-
hard
the-
for it, and your dream is finally coming true.
This,
You get to
being
worship
the person who- to be in the spotlight and the glitter for the champion of the universe, for the megastar.
I'm not throwing glitter for Angel Blue. That's just that's not happening. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. I was just clicking that too, Mike. Yeah. So
This is shaping out to be the greatest match in the history of the universe.
it really is. It really is. And what better way to celebrate if you pull off a victory on Queen Uju? And Tommy's still doing commentary. I mentioned this. Would you love to do commentary alongside Tommy for a match?
Would I look at the commentary?
No. Would you love to do commentary with Tommy? Like you
Oh
know,
my
after you
God.
No.
finish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. No.
I feel bad for whatever match they're commentating.
First
because
of
it's
no.
It's got to involve Jasmine Allure for sure.
No.
Yes,
What?
I was gonna say
Why? Why do y'all hate? What did I do?
Somehow I'll be in the match too. I'm gonna do commentary on my own match with Jasmine as my tag partner. Bam. Problem solved.
That is like that
With
is
Tom.
like all of my that is
like
all of
Booker
my
T. She's
nightmares.
just going to hold the mic while she's wrestling and
Yeah.
commentate with you.
Ooh,
That is
and
all
when
my
we tag
nightmares.
out, when she tags me in, we can switch spots. And she'll be at commentary with you, and I'll be wrestling. And then we'll switch, and then we'll switch, and then we'll become champions of the universe, and you'll have to hold 2 spotlights. Ha!
There you go.
That would be
I
the
know.
worst possible outcome scenario for my entire life. And I hope Brian stopped watching like 20 minutes ago. I really do.
No, he's writing this stuff down.
He's
Damn it. I really hope he's not there. I'm hoping because I haven't seen him comment in a while. I hope he's not in the
I'll
chat.
send him the
Well,
footage later.
Well, speaking of, have you gotten to talk to Jasmine about tag teaming? Because
Why
we've
are we
mentioned
still
this
talking
before.
about this?
There was obviously there was a missed opportunity. I asked Jasmine why she didn't pick you, and she basically said, "Well, she couldn't afford you at the time." I don't know. Maybe she got her tax return since then. But have you guys gotten to talk more about being a tag team in Mission Pro Wrestling?
Maybe I don't reveal my sources.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to leave Tommy in the dark. Tommy, will it happen? Will it not happen? Who knows? I bet
I hate this so.
You don't.
I hate all of this. This is the worst.
I think this is one of our
I
best.
told her I would give her a discount if we made it our life's mission to make Tommy cry. In a bad way.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this show so much.
Crying tears of joy.
Yep.
So the discount will be slightly less. Oh, he's crying now.
Just picture yourself coming out like they're Prince Nana. Like, do the dance for them and everything. Like a new dance, their song.
Why for them though? That's not my dream scenario.
Because they're your favorite tag team.
They are not. You guys made that up. I never agreed to that.
I mean, they didn't disagree with us. I mean,
I did disagree with you. I disagree with you many times.
I mean, does this look like a man?
First of all, I hate this damn picture.
Oh, so good. Can we take a new one?
No.
We're gonna have to, like every show. Yeah,
like
that is the newest one.
You trust them so much that you allow them to help you smile.
First of all, I didn't allow them to do anything. They started grabbing at my face, and I couldn't stop it in time.
Well, they want to make sure.
That was your idea, Tommy.
It was not my idea. Both of you started grabbing at my face.
You said you were so star-stricken that you couldn't get your face to work, and all you want to do is smile. And we're like, hey, we're great people. Why don't we help you? And so we did. And bam, that's why you look so happy in it. And also like so shocked because you're like in between your two favorite people in the universe, like your idols.
Jason,
we're your
Jason
heroes.
Bernsey, y'all were there. Mm-hmm. She's right. I think I remember this conversation happening.
No, that's not at all how that conversation went. Because there was no conversation. I was standing there, and they grabbed at my face.
I mean, your arms are crossed. You don't look like someone trying to stop.
Yeah.
I'm a great person. I would never do anything like that.
No.
Okay, Jason, for real? Really, bro?
I mean, why not?
Jason agrees. Jason probably saw it too.
I hate this show.
You can't.
And we know
if you got
Jason doesn't help us out when we're getting attacked by people, so.
Bernsey!
Well, look, you just got the Shucky Ducky Quack Quack moment of the night for Bernsey, and he doesn't give that away to anything. So
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah,
you didn't
Jason wants to
no.
confirm. You could have said no. Yeah.
It was a consensual smile. We were helping you.
I hate this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like so much. I really hate this show. This is my version of hell. This
but you love me. That's why you're here. You live for these moments.
Well, this past MPW show that you're at, you were a part of a 5-way match, and honestly, I can't remember the last time I've seen you take so many dives, suicide dives, top rope moves, things like that. That was pretty awesome to see. First of all, how much preparation did you go into that? Because it's been a while since you've done some like high flying stuff like that. Have you just really? Are you slowly starting to get back into where you were before you had took a hiatus from wrestling?
So I actually did that dive off the top the night before. I haven't done that one in a long time, but I was like, man, there's a lot of people in these matches. There's a lot of bodies I got to hit. So I got to go high. And then I was like, ooh, front flip. I thought about doing a back flip, but then I figured it would just end up being like a backward suicide dive and I'd probably die. And mainly because, I don't know, I'm terrified of heights. So that's why I did it too. Because I'm a small person. And those were giants out there. And I was a tiny body's got to destroy them. So, and then the suicide dive, I actually never did one before I broke my neck. But in my earlier matches back, I was like, because I've always wanted to do one, and then I was like too scared to do one. But then one day I was like, I'm gonna do a suicide dive, and I told I don't know. I told myself, I was like, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. And going up to the match, like preparing for it, and I was like, you're not gonna do it. Don't do it. You don't want to. And then I was like, don't talk yourself out of it. And then I did it, and then I was like, I can fly. And so now I'm a superhero.
Well, Brian, things were going so nice. We didn't need to.
Well, Brian wants to point out in that match, there's a lot of teamwork between you and JP Harlow.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to call that too. That wasn't good for me either.
Now he also asked in this. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of teamwork between me and JP, but then his wiener got in the way of my foot.
Oh, that's true.
And so I think I made him mad. But he was the one that got in my foot's way.
That's what I remember.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy that does that a lot. So.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'll agree to that.
Mm-hmm. Now, since that time, you've actually got to make your TNA debut.
I will thumbs
up. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Yes, congrats.
First of all, how did that come about? Did someone reach out to you? Who reached out to you to set that up? Because that, if I'm not mistaken, that was filmed in New Orleans, around the No Surrender timeline.
They were looking for, and I don't know how much like behind the scenes stuff I can put out there, but they were looking for somebody to replace someone else, I think. And originally I didn't know much about it, and I had a show that day, so I was like, I can't make it. But then something told me to like reach back out and ask more questions, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cancel my booking. I had $0 in my bank account. I did not have my blood work. I did not have my license. I had zero anything, and this was on like Tuesday. And I would have been leaving Friday. And within 24 my blood work done and back, I got the money for the trip. I got somebody to take care of Mia, of course. Like, I hustled, and I might have gone through like 157 panic attacks. But I made it happen. I was like, there's no way I'm turning down this opportunity and missing it. And then I got to New Orleans, and my hotel was not what the pictures were. And then I freaked out again, and I started crying. Yeah, I was like,
in your defense, booking hotels in New Orleans is a crapshoot. So
yeah,
not in the pictures. There wasn't even carpet, and I'm pretty sure if there was, it probably would have been. It was, yeah. I left a very fun review.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I'm definitely getting murdered, but I hope they murder me after the show.
Well, I got to definitely share this picture. Some of the ones you had put on your Twitter account. So, was that match that you had filmed for TV? Was that the only one you took part? Did they have you part of like a dark match or anything like that for the taping, or was it just this one that you? That was the only one. Okay.
It was.
Yeah. How was that experience? Like, being like, they have like makeup artists and everything. How was that experience as far compared to, independent wrestling wise?
They did have people to do makeup, and when I got told my makeup appointment, I was like, we have hair and makeup, and I was so freaking happy. I was like, oh, I'm so glad, because I don't know, I would have to spend like days on YouTube or years trying to perfect what she did. And she had my lip so perfect. This was taken after my match, like towards the end of the night, because I was too nervous to go up to the sign and take a picture. And when I finally did get up the courage to go do it, as I was walking there, they're like, blow your on deck. I'm like, oh my God, but I gotta pee. I always have to pee before matches. especially when I'm nervous. Even if I don't have to be, I could have peed 4 seconds ago and I would have had to pee. But no, it was like everybody was so nice. It was laid back. I went up there in like super business clothes, and they're like, "Girl, put sweats on, get comfortable." I was like, "You don't gotta tell me twice." So everybody was really,
that's awesome.
and
Yeah,
they
gotta.
Sorry,
go ahead.
They said that they liked me and that they would bring me back at some point. So hopefully,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you were the
and then
well,
I
the
become the
TNA
champion
match
of the universe, and Tommy will have to love me forever. Ha ha ha.
It was the
I
TNA
gave her
debut
one
match
compliment. One
of Ash
freaking
by
compliment.
Elegance. Yes.
take
Formerly Dana Brooks. So, had you worked with Ash by Elegance at all, or had you known her before this, or was this something? This is the first time you guys had ever worked together at all?
This is the first time we've ever worked together. It's the first time I've met her. Yeah.
Very cool.
First for everything.
Very awesome.
Well, she's obviously in NXT for a long time under a different name in the WWE system. So, yeah, that was for a while over there.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been to WWE yet. So, this was actually my first TV tapings. Only other like big opportunity I have had was when I did Ring of Honor like 100 years ago in San Antonio, which I think both of y'all were there for that. I'm pretty sure I was yelling at Tom.
Yeah,
you were.
Jessica James.
I want to say you wrestled. Was it Barbie Hayden you
I
wrestled?
want to say Barbie Hayden, and that's why specifically I was yelling at you.
It was Jessica James.
It was Jessica. That's right. Yeah, that's right. It was Jessica James.
That's the other reason I was yelling at you, because I also like her more than I like you. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why she was so comfortable. She's like, "Oh, Tommy's here." It's like old times.
Yeah.
Right.
I do remember that code of honor when the ref, he signaled it, and you just looked at him like, "Do I have to?" That's I'll definitely remember that.
I don't want it. She's got cooties.
I don't want.
She did have cooties.
Oh my god.
We made out one. I mean, no, that was Lady Poison.
Oh, that's right.
And she tried to murder me.
Oh,
the good old days.
The good old days, exactly. Well, Queen Uju is next on your list here with NPW Mania, April 20th. And yeah, you saw the promo that she put. I think everybody's seen it by now. If I'm not mistaken, your reply was one correcting the fact that you'd been in this business for 16 years. And where's the quote here I have here? She forgot to add most annoying voice to that list. And that 16 years, kid, clearly you don't do your research. Go ahead and stay confident that you're making my job easier. Do you expect this to be an easy match then? When someone comes in overconfident?
I never go in there expecting the match to be easy, especially in opponents that I don't know and haven't been in the ring with yet. So, no, but I mean, the overconfidence doesn't help her because that's how you stumble. I mean, with me, it works because, like, I'm freaking great. But Tommy knows that. He can attest to it.
I mean, you've been there for just about all 16 years, Tommy.
Yeah, you have.
She's stepping into my ring with Tommy holding the spotlight on me.
I'm not holding any damn spotlight.
There's going to be no crown spotlight, only stars. So,
Brian,
no,
we'll talk to you about her entrance.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that she'll give me a run for my money, but as long as she keeps doing her failed research and being as confident as she is, then if she was like 6 years off, that's like half my career.
Maybe she's not good at math. Well, you have, assuming you get by Queen Uju this next one, who else do you want to get your hands on at Mission Pro Mania? Or Mission Pro Wrestling, excuse me.
Ooh. Let's see, who haven't I wrestled there? Who don't I want to wrestle would be the better question, which is clearly Tommy.
Somehow
Because-
knew that was coming. I don't know how I knew because I'm not a wrestler, but
We assume that's your retirement match years from now.
It's
so-
got to be. It's got to be.
Yeah, I'll train you to be golden
least-
like me, and then I'll beat you down.
Look,
Brian,
Yeah, it's easy.
what the hell? Why are all these lies
She
happening
actually
today?
pulls up like messages, and it's like, oh my god, I love Angel. Is she gonna be on the show? If she's not on the show, I don't want to do the show. Can I commentate her match? I love her so much.
Okay,
Please
you
just
know
let me
what?
talk about
You know
her
what?
forever.
Look-
I'll admit this. I may have suggested you one time when he was asking who you'd like to see at Mission Pro. I may have brought it up one time. I regret it immediately, but I may have
You
brought it up
don't.
one time.
Tommy, you told JC and me not to say anything about that, but you forgot to get Brian to agree to the same thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't say anything about it, but you
Didn't
forgot to
wanna
ask
do
Brian.
it,
not
but
to
it's
mention
out there in the universe now, so we can talk all
it.
about it.
Right. So,
Yeah.
One time.
so-
I suggested
I want to
her
wrestle
one
anybody
time.
with the title. They're obviously at the top of my list. Izzy's face annoys me, so I wouldn't mind kicking that.
What? What did the
Wow.
high schooler do to everybody?
So I guess
She
you haven't gotten a
parts her
friendship
hair
bracelet
down the middle. Who parts their hair down the middle? It's 2024. Part your hair to the side like everybody else. Jesus. Get with the times, kid.
Y'all will grab any reason you can to make fun of this child. And she's done nothing to any of you.
Because she can't touch this.
I mean, she's also way too young to understand that reference.
Yeah, she probably is.
Clearly, Tommy cannot contain the joy that he
His
has seen here.
excitement. Yeah, I know he's
Yeah.
so excited.
Yes. Hopefully,
I'm
he'll
trying
be
to
able to.
think. Who else do I want to punch in the face? I want to wrestle Jasmine, but I don't want to punch her in the face. I just want to wrestle her because she's good.
Right, a good technical match.
I mean, I
yeah,
will
of
punch
course.
her in the face if it came down to it. Don't get me wrong. I'll be happy to punch anybody in the face. I'm gonna get us all like from TikTok or something. X. No, Twitter. Wait, yeah, X.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Look, Brian, let me throw this out there. If there ever is an Angel versus Jasmine match, Tommy is like maybe in a
Ref.
shark cage. I don't know if we could do that. Oh, the ref.
Ref.
No,
Have him be ref.
it would be.
He wouldn't even know what
Why
to
would I
do.
want either of you-
He wanted. It'd be so hard for him to choose.
Why would
Yeah.
I want either of you to win? I could ref by
That's the point.
I don't know.
You're gonna be so conflicted that your brain will just explode. That'll be the explosion. Oh, this is great. Oh my gosh.
Special
I'm-
rep.
I'm-
See,
I'm
Jason
typing
already
it
said
up
it's special
now.
rep.
First of all,
I'm sending
Boom.
this. to
Everyone is
TNA.
jumping on this. Jason, BOW, special guest ref.
what the? Why?
I
First of all, if
mean,
UTSA didn't make my brain explode, y'all show okay. Anyway,
Look,
You know what I
what?
did this past weekend?
what's up?
This is gonna make Tommy really excited. I don't know why, but the special guest thing made me start thinking about chants because I was like, special guest. I got a carbon dioxide chant.
Oh.
What? I don't even know.
Those random stuff.
So,
Yeah, that's for
y'all know
reference.
Cavens? You know Cavens?
Yeah, I think I've heard the
Dylan-
name. Yeah.
Dylan Cavens?
Mhm.
How he yells out,
Yeah.
Cavens! Well, I call him Carla, and apparently that wasn't his name. Or Carlton. So I called him carbon dioxide, and his face changed. So I was like, that must be it. And I was like, carbon dioxide. And then everybody
his
was like,
face
carbon dioxide. So it must be his name. It was the greatest.
that
moment
makes
of my
sense to
life.
me.
Yeah.
Even
Now,
better than
I'm the last.
prior to coming to Mission Pro, you actually do have a title match you're involved with, or is this an invitational tournament? In Midwest All Star Wrestling, they did announce that Laney Luck's not able to appear. You're stepping in. You're going to be taking on Shelly Benson. This is, I think, is a tournament for the
Yeah.
Midwest All-Star Wrestling. Yeah. So, where is this? Minnesota. Dang, girl.
Minnesota.
It's a long drive.
I fly out on
Minnesota.
Friday.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to get out of Texas. I hope it's so cold there. And it snows. That'd be so cool. It'll bring out my super power, my super Fairbanks, Alaska power. It'll like channel the inner Eskimo in me, and I'll just like hawk out on everybody, and I'll win the tournament. And these girls are gonna be like, "Where did this girl come from?" And I'm like, "I came from Texas, and I've been waiting for this cold for so long." And they're like, "Oh, is she okay?" And then I'll be like, "No, but champion of the world, universe, right here."
Where else are you going to be working prior to NPW Mania? What else you got on your calendar?
Oh, let's see. So I have that weekend, and then I have Arkansas, which is also MAW. 2 weeks after that.
Interesting.
Where's my calendar?
So MAW travels around the Midwest, not just in Minnesota. That's interesting. So, yeah.
Two states I haven't wrestled before. No, 1 week after Minnesota, I have MPX, and then 1 week after that, I have Arkansas, and then Cleburne, and then Mission Pro.
Brian has an interesting question for you. Can you do some scouting for us, Angel, while you're at that tournament?
Yes.
Nice.
That'll be $6,000. I'm just kidding.
Only 5.
Well, I guess we'll find out if we see some new talent.
$9.99. I gotta get my half bun ready for Tommy, so that my hair doesn't hold me back from my insults.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
well,
Brian.
It's great to have you back on the show. Yeah, well, now you're a talent scout for Mission Pro. Amazing.
That's right.
So yeah, but
I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a Jill of all trades. Ooh.
There you go.
A jackass of all trades? Yes, I agree.
JC.
Yeah.
Give me
I will
second.
shove
I
a jack
wanna
up
try
your
something.
ass. What?
What? Where did they go? Yeah. What? Where did y'all go? Get back here, both of you, this instant. Get back here right now. Why are we on the show?
Now I can like punch your screen. Pow, 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 pow.
Stop it. Get back here, both of you right now. Stop that. Where did you both go? I swear, why is this happening? I don't want to, why am I alone with this person? No, get back here.
I know that you're so excited. You need to contain your excitement. I know this is the greatest moment of your life.
This is the worst moment of my life. Everything
Breathe
I've been
in through your nose and out through your nose as well.
What is happening? This is not cool.
Do you need a paper bag?
I'm having a terrible time. For everyone who's
watching, do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, because I'm suffering and this is pain. I'm in pain. Why is Yoda speaking in that? Okay, that's what that is. But yeah, where did they go? You guys need to come back because this is the worst thing ever.
You guys needed some therapy. Whatever differences y'all have, you need to talk this out right now. It was an intervention. Like so
I know.
Yeah, we're watching.
Did you that? He got so excited. He was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so great." He's even tweeting about how great it is right now. Or Xing or whatever they call it. He's like, I'm taking pictures of our moment.
Yeah, I got the tweets coming up right now, Tommy. I'll share them with everyone.
Yeah.
Jason.
Well, what's Jason saying?
Keep it up.
Oh my God.
Keep it up, Jason. Yeah. Keep it up.
Well, we have a segment on the show called the 1 minute warning. We do it at the end usually where we just sit here for a minute and talk about whatever we want to talk about. So we want to give you that opportunity, Angel Blue. You can talk about your upcoming match with Queen Uju at Mission Pro. You can talk about how much you love Tommy. Whatever it is you want to talk about. We're giving you this platform here. So You ready to go for that?
Are y'all like leaving me alone? Like, will he be there for me to insult? Oh gosh, I am alone.
We'll be here right here.
Wait,
yeah.
right
So.
there. I see you.
All right.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go for it.
This is just awkward to me. Yo, my name is Angel Blue. Let's cut a generic promo. I'm just kidding. No, I'm excited about my match at Mission Pro. I always like to wrestle new people, so it'll be good. And don't worry, I won't underestimate my opponent like she's doing with me. And so, yeah. And yes, I virtually knocked Tommy out with all of my gigantic muscles. To answer Legacy of Nerd.
Yeah.
To go about to Minnesota. Especially for the Coles. Wrestle another new opponent there that I've never worked. I'm not sure who I'm working in Arkansas, but I'll post all those dates, and you can find me in Arkansas or Texas or Minnesota. I was about to say or San Antonio if it's not in. Yes, working on it. Just got back from Louisiana. Tommy did just slide into my DMs.
I did not!
Yeah. Did you see that? Look how long the list is. That's his text.
Yeah.
It's like 10 pages. It just says, I love you.
No, she doesn't.
I hope Izzy doesn't get too mad about y'all being
I'm sorry.
besties.
I'm sorry. Every other one says, I love you. The other ones say, you're the greatest wrestler ever.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then at the bottom it says, I can't wait to see you on April 20th.
Yeah.
Champion of the universe.
I think we're all excited to see you back in the ring, taking on Queen Uju. I think it's going to be an interesting contrast of styles, but from what you showed at the last MPW event, I think you definitely have. I mean, add some of that high flying talent, take care of the big opponents for sure. So, thank you again for joining us. It's always a fun time having you on here, especially when Tommy's here. Some point we would have to get you and Jasmine Lure here all at the same time for sure.
What the hell would we possibly need to do that for?
It'd be so much fun.
For what?
It'd be so much fun.
No!
For the biggest show we've ever done, clearly.
No! There would be absolutely no reason for us to ever do that.
Tommy, when's your birthday? Let's do it on Tommy's birthday. Or like his wedding anniversary. Or any special event that he has coming up. Like, we can make it extra special by doing this. Christmas.
My birthday is May 10th. Thank God.
Okay.
I won't remember that.
Coming up.
May 10th.
We can do it that
on
week.
A
Friday.
Your birthday's now May 9th.
Why is everyone determined to change what my birthday is?
That just happens to be the Thursday. Maybe we can get you.
We'll celebrate your birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
Champion of the
If
universe.
I had a nickel for every time someone changed my birthday, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's weird that it's happened twice. I'm just saying.
So you have 2 nipples?
That's what I heard.
Nickels! You jackass! Nickels! The coin!
JC heard it too. Maybe you need to fix your
I can't hear shit!
It's the microphone. I mean, I'm getting kind of old, I guess. So, I mean, I did just turn 43.
Are you saying I'm old? Tommy's old.
No, I might have heard it wrong.
1,700 years older than me.
First of all, I'm like this. Legacy, you son of a bitch.
He said nipples. That's going to be the chant. Mission Pro, he said nipples. Y'all chant it out.
Mm-hmm.
You have 47 nipples?
Oh my gosh. They just start growing, I guess.
So cool. Like
Angel Blue, always a fun time having you on the show. Look forward to having you back again. Look forward to seeing you at Mission Pro April 20th. We don't see you before that. And again, congrats on all your success. It's been awesome. I think you've been back less than a year and getting to wrestle on TNA.
Right?
We're past a year, right? Pretty close to, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so.
just a few days past year. Actually, when the day that the TNA match aired, was the same day to the date that I made a post saying I was taking bookings again.
Wow.
Like
Amazing.
my memories popped up and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But obviously my return was like 4 days before that match aired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So very close.
Well, again, congratulations. It's pretty amazing. I love all the success you've had since you've gotten back. Love your health. You're looking great, looking as better than ever. And we're all very proud of you. I'm very excited to see what happens next for your career. And if you're crazy enough to run another marathon, do you have another one on the horizon for you? Because you've already run 2.
So we were talking about doing one, and I don't know if we're going to or not. One that's like 3 days before my 2-year sober anniversary. So 3 days. Wow. I said 3 days or 2 days. 3 days before my 2-year anniversary. So it'd be May 27th. So we'll see. If I do, I might have to just wing it and go out there and run it with like little training.
Okay.
So we'll see. I just got into college. Training, so my schedule just got crazy.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congrats.
So, yeah.
It's so I can use my mastermind to just me with my eyeballs.
I don't.
You know, she has a degree now. The insults are going to be smarter. That's really what's going on here. So, yeah.
That tells it.
According to my calculation, it is 37 minutes past your bedtime, sir.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my master's.
I need my glasses.
Thank you again for joining us. If we don't talk to you before that, we'll see you on April 20th at NPW Mania. Good luck to you, and good luck in that tournament. Have fun in Minnesota. Enjoy the cold. I know it's starting to get hotter over here. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you again. We'll talk to you soon. All righty.
Bye.
All right, guys.
I hate this damn show.
No, you love it.
I hate this show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate this show. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This.
Okay.
This was pain.
I'm sorry. I'll try and keep it down. Okay, get some rest. Apparently, I'm being too loud. She can't sleep. So, all right. Well, thank you again to Angel Blue.
See what your excitement with Angel Blue caused. Tell me, come on, man.
Yeah, come on now.
She needs to keep it down. What? She can probably hear you through his earphones.
Potentially, yeah. So.
Or earlier when you left your seat, she might have heard you just from your house. So.
Can we talk about something else now?
Yeah, let's talk about an event that she was actually just on, BOW Shenanigans.
Sure.
Before we get into TNA Sacrifice. So, Tommy, this was your first time being a full-on ring announcer for BOW since retirement of Hollywood T?
Yeah, because I'd done it before to fill in when he was like out of town. But this is the first time I'd ever done it. Like, this is like our first official as the new announcer doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, how was the show? I know you were able to make it out there. We couldn't. It was a crazy day for us that day. So
yeah, no, it was a really good show. Tommy seems really natural in there. Thank you. Getting everyone hyped and getting things started. But yeah, like it was a good show. They had some good matches. The first one was right off the bat. They had a 3-team, basically tornado tag match.
Yeah,
that was all over the place.
I wasn't told the tornado part would be part of that until it just happened. I was like, oh, I guess I missed.
Yeah, and I'm not even. We weren't sure at first if it was planned that way, but they all just started fighting, and we're like, okay, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ref just kind of was like, you know what? I don't get paid enough to stop all of you. Go do what you gotta do.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but that was a fun match. There was Angel Blue. So this was kind of a surprise because there was a tag team match with Angel Blue and her partner
SOS.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Versus Anarchish Kid Ash and Hilda the Muñeca. Yeah. And then surprised us, it was for the Women's Tag Team Championship. So BOW created brand new Women's Tag Champs, and that was the match for it. I think having Tommy at ringside, an announcer, kind of got Angel too excited, and they fell short. And the Dolls of, what are they? The Dolls of Destruction or Dolls of Darkness. That makes more sense.
Did she make it a point to yell at Tommy a little bit during the match, even though he was doing ring announcing?
I have to say the stupid weighing in of 1 jillion pounds of pure muscle thing. That's what I had to do for her.
Well, what's wrong with? You're supposed to tell facts when you introduce people. That's
She
That's
can't
a
weigh
verbatim.
1 jillion pounds of pure muscle.
I'm sorry. Is there a math major in here? Yeah, it's me. So mathematically, it works. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Adults of Darkness there, as you put it there. So, yeah.
House of Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're the first ever BOW Women's Tag Champs, which is pretty fun. Jael defended her title against Victoria Mosh as their women's champ. There was a title change for the cruiserweight. We had a skip. Yeah, see? Mathematically accurate.
Wait, where was that? I didn't see that. You know
That
what?
was in the back somewhere.
Apparently, he must have moved before I got there.
It was in the women's restroom, obviously, because Angel Blue had to away.
That's where it was. I sure as hell wasn't going
Exactly.
to okay.
When is the next BOW event? I don't know if they announced. Did they announce that show?
Get this. It's May 11th. The same weekend as NostalgiaCon.
Oh my gosh!
Basically,
in April. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, whatever happens to NostalgiaCon, I'm leaving as soon as I'm done to go over to the Woodlawn.
Yeah.
Man, you got a busy weekend. Yeah.
They've got crap. What's his name? The big dude that's coming in for that show.
Savage.
Brick Savage. There you go.
Yeah. I'm excited.
He's on there. Shay Carmichael's on there, which is pretty cool. And then some of the BOW regulars, obviously. Chase Owens, as far as I know, is supposed to be back as their heavyweight champion.
Is scheduled to do that. Yep.
Probably back again for more touring Japan with Kenta as his tag partner. So
yeah, they're wrapping up the New Japan Cup right now.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, JC Toriano was eliminated. Guess by who?
I'm gonna say
Chase
Jeff
Owens?
Cobb.
Nope, Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Jack Perry joined House of Torture.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
So I figured you'd hate him now. So.
Well, they're gonna have to run a best of 7. I'm sure that was a classic. You know. So, oh my gosh.
Did Jack Perry use real glass or fake glass?
Oh, that's a good question.
Nice. So
I wonder if he watched the Darby Allin Sting Young Bucks match. I was like, what the hell?
I didn't see a tweet reaction from that, but I'm sure you had to see something.
Well, Punk wasn't there to tell him anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good show. It was fun and
nice.
Always fun to interact with the people there.
Yeah, we had a pretty good crowd too. It was a lot. They were a lot of fun.
Now, prior to that, this past weekend, there was also a TNA Sacrifice, TNA Plus event this past Friday, as I said.
Yeah.
The only, I guess, somewhat surprising result that I saw out of this, Hammerstone defeated Josh Alexander, so I think that's 1-1 on their back.
It's 1-1 in that. Also, though, besides that, hold on, let me find it real quick. The knockout tag titles changed hands.
Changed again, right?
Yeah.
Did they that night?
Yeah, Danny Luna and Jody Threat. They won. They beat MK Ultra.
That's right. And then
crap! And the World Tag titles changed hands.
Yeah, that was about to say. I did see that too.
Yeah.
I was so focused on that because I know they're building something up huge there with Hammerstone and Josh Alexander. But we were saying it's hard to pick against ABC till they lose. Well, they lost.
I finally bet with them, and what happened? Or choose them, I guess. Not really bet.
Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers are now the TNA World Tag Team Champions.
Did you see a clip of the spear Brian Myers hit? What was the guy doing? But he was basically like in a handstand on the apron.
Oh yeah, Ace Austin.
And he just came and speared him.
It looked like he damn near killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Amazing.
So haven't seen all of it, but seen a bunch of clips after it happened, and looked like a hell of a show. And I can only imagine they are building the big rubber match between Hammerstone and Josh Alexander is Bound for Glory coming up?
No, that's October.
Slammiversary is in
Slammiversary. Okay, then
Slammiversary in the summer, I think.
June and July.
Yeah, So I think Under Siege is the next Impact Plus event.
So.
I think Under Siege is the next TNA Plus event. That's not till May 3rd. Nothing's been built up to that since, but actually, you know what? There is a pay-per-view in April. Let me double check the calendar here. Rebellion, I think. Yeah. April 20th, actually, the same night as MPW
Why
Mania.
is everything that day?
I don't know.
We get it. Everyone smokes marijuana. Okay, we don't.
I get it. Well, and TNA is going to be in Vegas for that one, and the poster actually has Nick Nemeth on the cover.
I just saw, and guess what? He's fighting Moose for the title.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Is that confirmed? Because they haven't put it up officially. It is confirmed now. Wow.
Just checked. Son of a.
That's going to be good. Though.
No, that's the problem. It's going to be great, and we got like 3 other things to do that day.
Yeah. At this point, honestly, the way they've really pushed Nick Nemeth, and obviously they're making Moose a powerhouse, would y'all be surprised if Nick Nemeth becomes out of that champion?
No, because I couldn't believe he won the New Japan Global Championship that fast. So I would be surprised if he won the TNA World Title that quick.
Pretty amazing stuff. So
yep.
I just see what they build up for that as well. Yeah. So, and just interesting note here. I actually have Fubo as my TV service, Fubo TV, for those that aren't familiar with it. They have a channel dedicated. It's just a TNA wrestling channel. And it's basically, kind of their old Twitch channel. It's kind of their old Twitch channel. They used to run it 24/7. They would show old Impact episodes, old TNA pay-per-views, Impact pay-per-views, whatever. But maybe there's like a little bit of a block in here because the other day they were showing No Surrender from this year, which was only a few weeks ago. So it's kind of cool to have that. I was able to sit down and actually watch No Surrender. Again, without a TNA Plus subscription, but that was actually pretty cool to see that they have that there. So you guys were talking about that spot with the tag title match. So whenever Sacrifice pops up, I definitely want to check that out. So
it's funny. I just remember that I had this. I was at Half Price Books the other day, and I found this randomly just on the shelf.
Oh my god!
Which one is that?
2022.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
It was just like, I didn't know they did DVDs anymore. And I was just like browsing around. I was like, that TNA? Is that from 2 years ago? So yeah, it was a good, the steal of a find. It was only like $10.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into the events happening this weekend, a little bit of wrestling news. Kind of like the somewhat worst kept secret in AEW history, but Mercedes Moné debuted on AEW this past week on Dynamite. It was AEW What Big Business was the name they went with it.
Yep.
As if the title of the show didn't actually give it away. Yeah. So, thoughts on the debut and where they're working her in to the storyline? Is she going to be going right after Toni Storm?
No, or at least it doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't. So on start of the debut, she looked the same, like the $1 million she always does. So that was good. It looks like they're putting her in the TBS title picture. Interestingly enough, which I think is fine because it's clear Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo aren't done yet. So I do like the idea of them getting more time because that's been one of the best feuds they've had going in AEW this year. So that doesn't bug me because she showed up, and honestly, her being there and suddenly Riho and Willow Nightingale were the main event of Dynamite. So who cares? She's using there.
That's not exactly.
Yeah, Legacy. Yeah,
that's not what was said.
Yeah, it's.
She just said in an interview that she assumes she'll be back in WWE one day. That she feels like she has unfinished business in a lot of places.
Yeah,
and everyone's running with that, like, oh, you're just staying for the money, and people are like, yes, that's how contracts work. And that's how jobs work.
And also, and Will Ospreay said this in a recent interview. I don't know if you guys saw it. He talked about that. He's like, yeah, just the contract, the money's nice. Also, the schedule was good. I like the schedule because I still want to live in the UK, and everything. And they're working with me on that. And so yeah, this is why it's good to have more than one company. When one company can offer more stuff and the pay, maybe the pay isn't as good. Of course, then again, we don't know what our contract is because it's
no. I've heard from what I've heard, her and Ospreay got better offers than they did from WWE.
I think I heard Okada's was super good too. From what
Okada's too, yeah.
Well, it better be. It's Okada, right? I mean,
and that's what's crazy about the show is in the first hour you had Mercedes debut, Joe versus Wardlow, the Bucks and Okada versus Eddie Kingston,
Penta,
Pac, and Penta.
Yeah.
What was it? There was like another. And then Ospreay came out for an interview.
Yeah.
To talk about his match with Danielson, which is set for the Sunday after everything happens on 420.
Yeah.
On 421. So a nice little break after all the wrestling of Saturday. But yeah, like I mean, if you don't like AEW, you don't like AEW, but they're doing good things. Hopefully they'll get some good. It seems like they're kind of rebooting some things recently. And
I was gonna say that.
Work.
Because because like even the tunnel, like their entrance is different now. They got a new logo.
Yeah.
So and like you say, if you don't like them, you don't like them. But I don't. Here's my biggest thing with people who hate on AEW. I don't like the accusation that they're not doing their best. That's what I don't like. Because it may not be perfect, which I've said a million times. I've said that they're not perfect, no. But I'm never gonna sit here and say they're not trying their best. Because now you got because out the gate we're getting Ospreay and Danielson, and if that ain't a dream match, I'm sorry, I just don't know what is. And so and then Mercedes is there and everything, and it's and of course it's wrestling. Nothing lasts forever, so maybe she will go back to WWE at some point. But who cares? We're gonna have fun with her in AEW while she's there. Oh yeah, Jason, the president of Stardom, after Rossy Ogawa was gone, it was at AEW too, meeting with Tony Khan.
Yeah, so there's a lot of speculation that Forbidden Door will not only include New Japan, but Stardom and CMLL on there.
I mean, it would make sense. Like New Japan still doesn't have a huge women's presence, so Stardom involved would actually make a lot of sense. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then on top of that, just on top of all that good stuff, on ROH, Hikaru Shida versus Athena for the women's title at Supercard of Honor.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, just good stuff coming there. And then, WWE's doing their WrestleMania build, and everyone's hyped for that. So, again, wrestling is good. Find what you like and enjoy it, because there's tons of great. We just talked about TNA. But, tons of good wrestling. And all our local stuff. So
Simon Miller posted something along the same lines saying just how good wrestling is. And he talked about earlier this week of how he said something good about both companies. He got accused of being a show for
both companies.
Like, So I was like, here's my thing. I'm like, Simon Miller's the most positive wrestling personality out there. Who could possibly have a problem with this man? What did he do?
Oh no! A couple of weeks ago, I saw some guy accusing him of toxic positivity. That you're positive about everything. I was like, dude, just stop.
Does that exist?
I don't know. Yeah. You're just trying to pick a fight for no reason.
I mean, of course. He talks good about both companies and doesn't want to make the fans choose. Man, he's the worst. What a jackass! How dare he?
People.
For real.
All right, well, let's see what is on the horizon for this week, and it's pretty stacked, and hopefully the weather cooperates.
It is a triple shot of wrestling if you want
to. Starting with United210 Back in the Yard, their first show of the year, this Friday. From what they revealed, Teflon John, the United Champion, will be there. Let's see, Epitomus Jr. versus Cody Lane has been announced. Brother Tracy and Father O'Day are going to brace us with their presence.
They have a good women's match set up.
Yes, and Emi Camacho versus Key Vibes.
Ooh.
Yeah, for Emi's Phoenix Championship. Brandon's apparently allowed her to put that on the line there at the United show. And then it's interesting because she has a match the next night at RCW, or 2 nights, 2 nights at RCW. So Key's a former RCW champion. Not out of the realm of possibilities that she takes the Phoenix title. Then, maybe she faces Callie at that RCW show. We'll talk a little bit later, but really solid match. Two Two really good wrestlers there that always put on a great show when you're there.
Yep.
I was hoping Sash would be here in the chat, trying to find out what the contingency plan is with weather, obviously. Because I know you, like you said, the last time they had an event, there was like some rain in the
So I was
forecast.
there in November, and it happened to be raining that day. They have a tarp on the ring. They were kind of just watching the forecast and stuff, and it was one of those things where like the show started at 7:30, and the front was set to pass at like around that time. So
just wait a little bit.
They just kind of waited. It started like 7:50 maybe. The ring's covered. You bring your own seats, so you know that they kind of the house that it's at kind of has one of those carport driveways on the side where it's kind of covered, and that's kind of where all the wrestlers are for the show. But a lot of people were there and on the front yard, and some people just waited in their cars. So unless it's like a really bad hailstorm that goes through the night, I assume it's on, and as long as it's not too bad. So I will check in on their socials, but
yeah, hopefully they keep us updated. And hopefully it happens. I know there's just a lot in the forecast for this weekend, and I saw like scattered thunderstorm stuff, and I really hope that first show of the year would suck if this got canceled. Or
and like it's such a good vibe, and it was really weird, especially back in November, because at that time, the Kingdom, whether they're an RCW or hybrid, were super heels in both places, but at United, they were gods.
Yeah,
and there was legitimately a group of like Southside kids from that area that they are just like heroes to, and it was really cool to see. They get all that support. You've talked about it before. They're bringing out more food trucks. Like they had a pizza person set up. They had some small snacks and another little thing, but they're just doing it. It's a fun show and a good environment. So yeah, no, I agree. I hope it doesn't get canceled. I hope they're able to pull it off. So
right. Well, stay tuned to United210's Facebook and Instagram pages. The event is Back to the Yard, Friday, March 15th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Gates open at 6:30. Address is 1003 McCulley Avenue in San Antonio. Ticket prices, adults are $10 and kids 12 and under are free. Again, like Mike said, bring your own chair, bring your BYOB also. Yeah. So,
and yes, if you're going for the first time, you've never been, it is a house. It is literally just down a neighborhood street. Yes. Go to the address, follow the people. You'll see what's up. It's actually really cool. But yeah.
And everything I've heard is like, yes, it is in a backyard, but it is definitely not a backyard wrestling type of vibe.
No.
Different. So very much so. That's cool. Then moving to Saturday, is the part one of a double shot at the Hybrid School of Wrestling.
Yeah.
The Hybrid Experience Road to Hybrid Mania. I'm trying to get the graphic. There it goes. This one is pretty stacked. I don't have the card in front of me. I got to pull it up here. I don't know if you have it in front of you, Mike. But
no, not offhand. We'll pull it up real quick. But it is technically the Road to Hybrid Mania 4.
Hybrid Mania 4. Sorry.
Hybrid. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know a couple of the matches offhand. I don't know all of them. And this was a card subject to change too. That kind of changed within the last couple of weeks. There was originally supposed to be 2 4-man matches or 4-person matches where they were parts of tag teams. So it was like Casey from the Brawlers, Devin from Living in Fashion. I think JP was in one, and then I think like King Rob was in one, and then their other partners were in the other match. But that's somewhat changed, and now there's a big 8-man tag with the Flocking Brawlers and Living in Fashion versus
the Treats of Steel is what they're calling themselves. Yeah, it's officially the Treats of Steel versus the Fashion Brawlers is the name of that one. I finally got the card in front of me. Also, you got Gia Michelle, Key Vibes, and Izzy Moreno taking on Calientita, Ridley Thorne, and Hysteria. Yeah.
So that's Selena Hysteria making her debut. She's another one from RCW, the Cholas. I tried to tell Ridley at the last show, don't trust Cali. In RCW, it wasn't the 4 Cholas, it was Calientita and the Cholas. Right? She thinks she's better than them. Just be careful with that. On the other side, though, Key and Gia have been enemies for a long time. We talked about it. Now they're kind of teaming up. If you watch Hybrid's socials, there was a little interview. Izzy was a little unsure about Gia at first, but Gia was like, "Nah, we're in, let the past be the past." And also, I hate these other girls, so
all right,
that should be fun. But hope nothing happens there.
I mean, if they work together, it's a pretty stacked tag team. So
yeah, it really is.
Shenanigans. Okay.
No, we just talked about that already. Come on.
Yeah,
you're right.
we talked about that.
Yeah,
Tommy Bolton versus Jesse James also announced. Animo versus K-Jax.
Yeah, K-Jax is a big dude.
Yes.
I had seen him previously at the TWE show, and then he showed up at the last RCW show, not to wrestle, but to help out JP, which was kind of weird, which I guess we'll talk about in the
Actually, he showed up
show.
at Hybrid too,
Yep.
like the night before. Remember?
Did he get involved, or was he just there?
No, that's when he handed JP the card the first time. Was that Hybrid show before, and then he showed up at RCW the following
that's right.
day.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting my
Don't
shows
worry.
mixed up now.
I don't miss tall, intimidating black dudes because
One
they
of
scare
us.
me.
One of us.
We also got Johnny Rocket versus Alexander Crowley. Jay Young and Eric Walker versus Yoshi Bell and Rilo King.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Don Fernando versus Pac Ortega.
Yes, Pac Ortega was at the last United show I saw. Pretty good. Don Fernando, I mean, he's starting to get some traction here in Hybrid and RCW.
That damn feather boa.
Hopefully he's starting to make enough from these shows to stop
Get an
getting
actual boa. I hope so.
To stop getting it from the same place that JP and Thunder were shopping for weapons. So
the same Goodwill.
Yeah.
He can't at least afford to go to Ross. Like, for real? He can't even go to Ross? Jeez.
And I've had this question for a while, and I don't know if anybody from Hybrid or Hybrid Connected is in the chat. Have we ever, or why don't we have a Hybrid men's heavyweight championship?
Do they need one?
I mean, you got a women's champion, you got tag champs, you
have the Rising Star Championship.
So. I was gonna say it's a Rising Star one, yeah. I don't know.
Maybe there's
still at a point where they're just
Yeah, maybe at Hybrid Mania 4.
Yep.
We're on the road to it.
We'll see.
I just thought maybe Don Juan took it and wouldn't do anything. Just
that sounds accurate.
That's possible. Yeah.
I remember every time I think about it, like the promotion doesn't have a championship. I remember when Ring of Honor first started and Christopher Daniels cut a promo. He said, "I'm not wrestling here anymore until it's for the Ring of Honor championship." And the commentator said, "Do we have one of those?"
How long did it take him to crown a champ?
That was by like their fourth show, I think. That's when they did that tournament where if you've never seen the match between Low Key and Amazing Red, you are doing yourself a disservice. That is one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. And then that's when they had the show after that was when they had that 4-corner Iron Man match that Low Key won by like 1 point.
Nice.
All right, well, Hybrid Experience Road to Hybrid Mania 4 is Saturday, March 16th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Doors opening at 6 at the Hybrid School of Wrestling, 7114 Eckert Road, Suite B. Front row is sold out, everybody, but second row tickets are available at $15 each. GA is $10, and kids are $5. So,
yep.
And that is night 1 at Hybrid, because night 2 at Hybrid is actually RCW showing up at the school on Sunday for a River City Wrestling St. Paddy's Day, the official name of the event.
Yeah.
8 matches on the card for this one, starting with Alex Arsenal versus King Rob Love.
Arsenal's been getting some momentum going.
Yeah.
But it's also King Rob Love, and it depends on the day of the week whether he's in a mood to be nice, whether he's in a mood to be his old self.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheering for him is weird.
Yeah, I know, especially for you because you've been doing it against him so long.
A very, very long time. Very, very long time.
But the Kingdom and Overkill seem to have split after the last show, so that'll be interesting.
That was fantastic. I loved every second of it.
For the RCW International Championship, Diego Rene versus Thick Daddy.
with special guest referee David Kidd.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I
title.
forgot to mention that. Yes,
Yeah.
David Kidd is the referee for that one.
I'm calling him Anthony Andrews. I'm not saying the other thing. I have to. This is really getting weird. Cheering for Anthony Andrews is really weird. It's.
If you I guess I'm assuming Brandon, but RCW put out a video. It's like 9 minutes of like a little preview to all the matches for this show. And when it got to that one, the announcers are literally talking at the last show like Anthony Andrews has been in RCW for 10 years, and everyone's pretty much booed him for almost the full 10 years until recently. And I was like, and I was thinking about you because you always say that. Like, it's really weird to start kind of cheering him, but maybe that's the David Kidd effect.
Also, it's been 10 years he's been in RCW.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy too.
I think I kind of already knew that, but the fact that someone has now said it out loud is just like, oh my god, how long have I been following this promotion? Because even he's been here 10 years.
Yeah, and you would for a lot longer.
Yeah. I was following him for 9 years before
that.
Yeah. RCW Phoenix Championship, right? Is Emi Camacho defending against Calientita.
Yeah.
Mike?
I mean, if we're choosing, obviously I'm choosing Emi.
Well, yeah. But how much of a nightmare would this be if Calientita somehow pulls this off? Which I don't think she will. But
So, do you know how Tommy felt at the beginning of the show, or he claims to have felt?
Yeah.
Even though we know he really loved every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
The way he claims to have felt is what I would feel if she actually won this title. Yeah. Because first of all, if she did win the title, then we'll know she cheated because that's how she wanted RCW. She literally hit Emi with her own title. But you know that sign that got ripped up the last time, maybe not all is lost. We'll see what happens. But no, it would be like the darkest timeline. I don't know what multiverse we would have moved into, but
oh man,
But honestly, I don't think she'd be able to carry the belt. The Cholos might have to hold it for her. They might have to get a mini version of it for her, because I think if she puts it on, it's like going to cover half her face because she's so short. But.
Probably. Flocking Brawlers versus Don Fernando and JP Harlow.
I hope the Brawlers just beat him up.
Yeah.
I mean, why did I guess they're both irritating as hell, so I guess that's why they said, hey, we're both annoying, let's form a tag team. But the Brawlers just came off a huge match with the Von Erichs. They gotta stomp these jackasses out, like for real.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
And well, I guess JP does too, but I was like, 3 of them have a home field advantage, but we'll see.
Don Juan versus Devin Carter. I can't remember what belt it is.
For the
Future Legends.
Future Legends. There we go. Future Legends Championship. Don Juan defending against Devin Carter. That's gonna be a fun time, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Now
it's got the rubber match between the two.
Yeah.
I saw that big roof I want to be. A match that is Big E approved. Angel Camacho versus Dash.
Meat.
Earlier in the show, Angel was making the joke about the ring exploding and all that, and nothing was left. This match has the potential to do that because when Stud Stash is the small person in the match,
yeah, that's saying a lot.
I mean, damn.
Yeah.
So
what you're saying is this should probably go on last, just in case.
Well, if you want to make sure you have a ring,
yeah,
I would.
Luckily, Hybrid has a couple to spare.
That's a good point. You're not wrong.
Well, I know they're selling. I know they're selling seats inside one of the rings, but if the ring breaks, they're gonna have to hey, all of y'all gotta get out.
Switch.
Yeah, switch.
Can you imagine Marvel? They break. He's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We knew this would happen. Go ahead, bring it in.
The funny thing you say that if they had to switch rings is that other ring's in the corner, so then you could throw people against the wall from the ring,
Yeah.
Like you were trying to throw him out for a Royal Rumble, but
oh no, wait! They should leave at least one other ring up entirely, so in case that ring breaks, there's like, all right, guys, show your shares and just look.
Yeah, everyone just watch this ring now.
it just turns
That's
around.
hilarious.
Actually, no, it just gives me World War III vibes, or
Oh
when
yeah,
they have war games and there's like two rings.
Yeah.
And then of course the two champions, both managed by Nastico, La Leona defending the women's championship against Jael. Did I say Jael? Jael?
JL.
Jael.
JL.
And then of course the RCW champion Bo Amir defending against Fuego del Sol.
So
Yeah.
first of all, at BOW, where JL is their champion,
Yes.
we had a very nice talk with her, with JL. We told her that we were going to buy her shirt that doesn't exist because she was really upset that we were not wearing her shirt that doesn't exist. And I told her we would definitely have them, forgetting that she was in a match against La Leona, who I legitimately have a shirt, and you know is probably one of my favorites. So I feel really bad about this. I'm sure Nastico is not going to do anything to interfere, or
Lies.
you know,
Bullshit.
he probably will. So I'm just going to apologize to Jael ahead of time, but I'm probably going to go with La Leona on this one if I'm choosing. Tommy, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I mean, I still hate Nastico. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And while I do legitimately love Alejandra, I hate Nastico, like with a fiery passion. Like so, yeah. And plus that I have a massive amount of respect for JL, who she has a family connection. I don't want to say because she doesn't publicize it, so I don't want to say it here because she makes it a point not to bring it up. But and the reason why I'm not going to is because she really has the air about her that she wants to do it on her own merit, and that's one thing that impressed me about her. She could use the name she's attached to just throw her name around. She doesn't, and that's all props to her. So you know, and if anything shuts Nastico up for more than 5 seconds, I'm all for. I don't care how you do it. You know.
And
I've almost approached him several times. So.
And just so we're clear, she's not related to Angel Blue, because if she was, then she would definitely be part of Tommy's favorite.
Yes.
If JL was related to Angel Blue, she'd be 2 feet shorter. Anyway, yeah, I said it.
Wow.
All right. Well, of RCW St. Patty's Day, Sunday, March 17th. Oh,
hold up real quick. Sorry, because the main event.
Oh, did we not talk about it? I'm sorry.
No. Is the new champion, Bo Amir, who did finally defeat Khan, versus Fuego del Sol. I don't know if this is the exact great comparison, but I have visions of like 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Yokozuna back in the day.
Yeah.
Fuego's awesome. Like he flies around the ring, and you know he took Khan to the limit a couple shows ago, but Bo's a monster, and I'm really afraid he's just going to get squashed.
I don't know. Fuego's on a 2-match win streak so far. He beat Alex Arsenal, then defeated Suicide in the main event, no less, which I was surprised that was the main, but I was like,
in a weird twist, we're kind of lucky this match is at Hybrid and not the Grand Event Center. Because I'm pretty sure at the Grand Event Center, Bo could have just tossed El Fuego up through that thing that's always almost getting hit. At least that little hanging thing. Yeah, Ray versus Kevin Nash might be that's probably a better one.
That's a good reference.
Yeah, that's probably a better, more accurate.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but you know, good luck to Fuego. I'm scared for him, honestly.
Could happen.
I can see it happening. But again, Nastico exists, so you know that's my problem.
Yeah.
You know, he just has his client's best interests at heart.
He's a jackass.
But he's the best manager.
He's a jackass.
Probably.
He's a jackass. No, probably. He's a jackass.
If he wasn't managing Alejandra, I'd probably feel differently. But you know, she is the champion now. She is the new main character of RCW. So,
okay, so
Michael May, if you're watching.
Oh wow, damn. So I'll put it this way. Alejandra is fine, but that doesn't change what I said about Nastico being a jackass. So
Also, she's good at wrestling, Tommy. But I mean, you can mention that too.
I was wondering if you were going to go there with that, and I was
Well,
going to leave it to see what you did.
You said it. I mean, I agree, but she's also a really good wrestler.
Oh my god!
All right. Well, RCW River City Wrestling St. Paddy's Day, Sunday, March 17th on St. Patrick's Day, 5 p.m. Central Time. Doors opening at 4. Again at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Tickets still available, range from $15 to $30, but this one will not be on Title Match Network. I'm not mistaken. This one is something you have to check out in person. So, will not be available on Title Match.
Wait, how we got to the place where RCW is having house shows, essentially? How did we get here? RCW is having a house show. That's so crazy to me.
You have one of those events you only get to see live. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, pretty awesome. So, will I be there? I will be at Hybrid. RCW is a maybe right now, depending if my daughter's tournament is going to happen or not. So, it depends on the weather. But for sure, I'm going to be at the Hybrid Experience. My daughter's scheduled to play on the 17th in a tournament in Castroville. So, it's going to see how that day goes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy weekend because we're also going to a birthday party during the day on Saturday as well. So, yeah. Kids, everyone's having birthdays, so yay, fun. So, yep. All right. Do you guys have anything for Women in Warning this week? So,
yeah, I got something real quick.
I was gonna say, I have one too, but yeah, go ahead, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
okay.
Oh.
All right. Let me get Mike up there.
Yep.
Mike, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Go. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
All right. So, with all the signings and the stuff that's been going on in AEW lately, you know, like we have the dream match with Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay coming up in April, and Okada's there now. So, you know, we're gonna get that third match of their trilogy. More than likely at All In is my thought if Daniel lasts that long. But I do want to remind you and remind everyone because he is currently my favorite wrestler going. Claudio is there, and all those dream matches you have with Danielson will work with Claudio too. Give me Claudio Okada. Give me Claudio versus Ospreay. I think it's happened in tag matches, but give me Claudio versus Brian Keith.
Oh yeah, that has everything. Yeah.
Give me all those matches just the same because you know, obviously it's a different type of match when you're facing Danielson and he's super technical, but the kind of stuff with Claudio's power that he could do with Okada, with Ospreay, you know, I hope those aren't lost as we go down these roads because
Claudio
those would be
versus
some
Pac.
amazing match. What's that?
Claudio versus Pac. That's what I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take that too.
I love that backstage interview. What's this bastard? It's a fatherless Christian would know.
All right. Tommy, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Ready, set, and go.
Shane Taylor and Shane Taylor Promotions. I'm just happy to see him see Shane getting the recognition he deserves, having that match with Bryan Danielson last week on Collision. Super happy for him. Proud of Khan. Him and Toyota had their tag match this past Wednesday on Big Business. Dynamite. Queen Aminata getting signed. My boy, the Bounty Hunter Brian Keith getting signed, which of course I am 100% for. And in case you guys didn't hear, Kyle O'Reilly called up Brian Keith, and that'll be his first match back this Saturday on Collision. So I know Shea Taylor Promotions continually says they're gonna up their ranks, and I'm just saying I just named about 2 people who can join in. Also, you know, the infantry with those guys, you know, with Trisha Dora. I'm just saying Shea Taylor Promotions could be a gigantic faction, and I would rock all that merch immediately. But Shea Taylor Promotions actually does have a shirt that I need to order. So I gotta wait till I get paid and have to deal with other stuff because stuff came up this week that was very annoying. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, just big shouts out to all those guys.
So Brian Keith versus Kyle O'Reilly. Is it possible they just kick their legs off, kicking each other?
Yes, but then it'll go down to headbutts because I feel like they'll kick their kneecaps almost completely off, and then they'll just be like, and then they'll get to the back and like, why did we do that? Why did we just quit? Why are we still doing?
Kyle's like, I just came back.
And then Tony Khan's like, I didn't tell them to do any of that. Ah, crap. All right. Okay.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us on this week's episode. Thank you again to Angel Blue for coming back onto the show. It was a lot of fun. Tommy agrees with me as well. Again, United210 Back in the Yard is Friday, March 15th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time at 1003 Macaulay Avenue. Hybrid Experience, Road to Hybrid Mania 4, Saturday, March 16th, 7 p.m. Central. Doors opening at 6 at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. And on Sunday of River City Wrestling St. Paddy's Day at 5 p.m. on Sunday at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. A triple shot of wrestling in the San Antonio area, and by God, I hope the weather cooperates. So
hold on, JC, we forgot one thing.
What's that?
We mentioned it before the show, but we didn't mention it on the show. If I'm correct, guys, if you go to Cage Match, look up Mission Pro Wrestling, Sleepless in San Antonio. Look down here at the announcers, right? Looks like Emily May, Miranda Alize, Thunder Rosa, Tiffany Nieves, and the WrestleCast very own Tommy Wesley now has a Cage Match reference for being a commentator.
When I say that's a mind-blowing thing that's happened to me in my life, it truly is. The fact that I'm on Cage Match.
Well, so far it's just listening to commentary. The next thing we got to see if you get like your name as a link, like Tiffany Nieves and Thunder Rosa Miranda Alize.
We got to do that.
But congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Tommy, you're immortalized on Cage Match forever as long as the server doesn't go down, right? So congrats on that, and nothing but positive feedback about it.
Yeah,
and
really
more to come. So
yeah.
So next week we'll recap pretty much everything we talked about today.
Yeah.
And we'll see who else comes on the show. I mean, we've got a string of special guests on here. We'll see who's able to make it on as well and talk about coming up at NPW Mania, maybe somebody from the Hybrid School of Wrestling. We'll see. So a lot to discuss. So thank you again, everybody, for being a part of the Countdown City WrestleCast. And if you hadn't realized it, oh gosh.
Well, that's going to be his last Cage Match entry when he has a retirement match.
That will be Angel Blue's retirement match for sure. And in case you hadn't realized it, this was actually our first episode on 3 pages. Before we were on the Countdown City Geeks YouTube, we were on the Countdown City Geekcast Facebook page. Now we have our own Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook page. We'll continue to be streaming to all both Facebook pages. But Mike, thank you again for setting it up. And we have the Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook page. We have Instagram now. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone who's still with us is already on the page because they're pretty diehard.
Yeah.
But we're working on getting that page growing too. As we start going out to cons and events, we'll spread that news. But you got a Facebook page now. Join it. Tell your friends.
And shout out to Ryan from Alamo City Movie Talk. Got to speak to him last night. We recorded an Island of Reality podcast episode, and he just wanted to congratulate all of us for how much this show has grown, how much Countdown City Geeks has grown. It's been quite the year, and it's only going up from here. So it's been,
guys, follow Countdown City Geeks on TikTok and socials, because there's just Ted with a tiny microphone in front of Sydney Sweeney at South by Southwest, like 2 feet in front of her. Apparently, I'm not saying he pulls rank, but it's weird that it's happened twice between her and Sarah Kaye with the Supergirl thing.
I'm still mad about that one.
That he's the one doing the interview. I'm just saying. I'm not calling Ted out.
I'm mad I'm mad about that one more than Sydney Sweeney, but that's just my personal opinion. So.
That's fine. I'm just saying. Weird how that happens. No, but congratulations.
Amazing stuff.
In fact, all their South by Southwest stuff this past week.
Yeah, they've
been some good stuff.
And the Ghostbusters thing is ramping up too as well with the new movie coming out pretty soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember,
Pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Boom.
Bang.
see you next week.
Adios, Gunther.